Hello friends, this is Durga from ITversity. As part of Linux or Unix tips playlist, in this video I will be covering how you can effectively search the commands in the history. By seeing my videos on Hadoop and all, I am receiving some requests from some people to know how they can actually search the commands effectively. The most basic way to search the commands is by typing history, but there are other important commands also which I will be covering as part of this video. So to get started, let's use the history command and hit enter. You can see the history of all the commands which you have executed in our terminal, and the number of commands that will be saved in the history will be dependent on certain settings at a given user, which will be set by the admin itself. Typically they save 1000 or 5000 commands as part of the history. So you can type the history and navigate back. This is the most basic way of searching for the commands, and look for a particular command and copy and paste it. But going through, if you have 5000 commands and if you want to search for one command which you only typed once in the past 5000 commands, searching like this is not very effective. So you should be able to search in a more effective fashion, and you can use history command itself to search a particular command by typing history pipe, and you can pipe it to grep. Grep is another Unix command which can be used to filter a particular string from any text. In this case, the input for this grep command will be the history command itself. So it will be trying to search for a particular word from these past 819 commands which are run. In this case, let's search for the command init, which is to shut down or reboot, and you can just say grep init. So these are the commands which are ran in the past for the init. If you want to search for another command, you can say history pipe. Let's say ps command. People try to use ps command to look for the process that are running at a particular point in time, and you can hit enter. So these are the variations of ps commands, which are commands which have ps in them in my past history. So this is the most basic way of searching for the commands. You can once you search for it, you can copy paste the particular command and paste it and run it, and it will give you the output of the command which you ran in the past. You can run it again. If when you grep for a particular string, in this case you can see that it has returned many records from the past. In this case, I think 20 odd commands from the history. But there can be a command which might have ran hundreds of times, and searching like this might not be very effective also. So there are other ways also where you can search. And the next way of searching, especially for people who are from Windows background, is by using Ctrl+R command. So it will change the prompt to reverse I search mode when you hit Ctrl+R, and you can search for command like this, ps-ef, and you can start typing the command. So let's say I want to search for ps-a. So while typing, it is auto-filling based upon the amount of string you have typed, and it will pick the latest of the previous commands. For example, now I am deleting again, and let me hit Ctrl+C to come out of it. Now Ctrl+R, and if you see, there are multiple ps commands, and once you start typing, it will pick the latest one. So this is the latest one, history pipe grep ps. So it automatically filled it. but you can keep on searching for whatever command you want, and it will get the latest of the command uh, uh, which have the string which you have typed here. Here we have typed ps minus ef, and ps minus ef grep pipe grep minus I manager is the latest command, and it is displaying here. And if you want, you can search further, and now I type ps minus ef grep fl, and you can see the command is autofilled. So this is another way of searching for the commands. You can hit enter, and it will automatically run this command which is already autofilled. So now you can see that it ran ps minus ef pipe grep flume command. Sometimes when you are searching it, you might want to modify the command little bit, and in that case what you can do is Control R, type ps minus ef and grep flume instead of this command. If you want to change it little bit, instead of hitting enter, which will automatically run the command, you can hit tab, and when you hit tab, it will take that command which you choose or which is autofilled, but it will not run. If you hit enter instead of tab, it will run the command immediately, but if you hit the tab, it will only fill the command in the prompt, and then you can navigate on that command using the arrows, or you can edit using delete, backspace, etc. In this case, let's say instead of searching for flume, I want to search for Impala and hit enter. There is no such command. I modified that command slightly, and I ran it, and the command ran. So that's the difference between tab and enter. And also when you search for Control R and you pick ps minus ef, it picked the latest one of ps minus ef grep impala, which is the last command. And if you want to go back in the history, you can keep on hitting Control R, and it will go back in the history. So it is at grep minus I node, and if I hit Control R again, it will take to grep flume. Like that, you can search for all the commands in the history, and you can run whatever command it picked, and if it is the one without any modifications, you can just hit enter and it will run that command. So this is the second option of looking into the history on top of history grep, which is Control R. And if you are familiar with VA editor, typically what you will do is, let me open a file using VA. Let me open data01.txt and hit enter. Now you are in the command itself, and then here if you hit J in the VA editor, before getting into that, VA editor typically runs in two modes. One is insert mode or append mode, and the second one is escape mode. So when you type a particular character, if it has to be typed on the terminal or in the file, it has to be in insert mode. Otherwise, it will use most of the characters as commands. For example, I am coming out again, and I am running this VA command again, and by default it will be in the escape mode. So when I type characters like J, it will actually go down, K it will go up, L it will go right, and H it will go left. Because it is in escape mode, the characters H, J, K, L acts like commands. If it is in insert mode, to take from escape mode to insert mode, you have to hit enter. So escape mode is also called as command mode. To change from escape or command mode to insert mode, you can hit I, and it will take you to the insert mode. And now if you type J, it will type the character J. So like that, there are many commands, and if you are familiar with VA mode, instead of using this Control R or history grep, you can set your command prompt itself in the VA mode and hit enter. Now if you hit J, So when you set your command prompt or terminal to set to VI mode, by default it will be in insert mode only. So now if you type, it will actually type the characters. Unlike the VI editor, wherein by default it is in escape mode, on command prompt by default it will be in insert mode. And if you hit escape, now it will be in the command mode. And if you hit J, sorry, J will move forward. If you hit K, it will show you the commands in the history. It will go one command at a time into the past. J for the next command, K for the previous command. Because in the beginning there won't be any command next. If you hit J, it will not be displaying anything. But if you hit K, it will go to the previous command one at a time. And if you go, if you want to change between the previous commands, you can hit J, K to get to the command which you want to run. On top of this one, it has many other powerful features. Now I am again going into escape mode by typing escape, which I have already. And then if you hit slash, like in VI mode or VI editor, you can search for the command by typing escape slash and go for a command. In this case, let's say I want to search for ps-ef and grep and hit enter. It will show you the latest command of the history. And then if you want to search for the previous command with the same string, which is ps-ef pipe grep, you can just hit N for next, and it is picking all the ps-ef grep commands only, ignoring all the other commands. Once you go back into the history, if you want to find moving forward again, accidentally sometimes you will go too much far from the current, and if you want to again move forward for the searching for the same string, you can hit shift N. Now it is moving forward. So now it is in grep flume. To search for ps-ef pipe grep in the previous commands, you can hit small n. It took you to grep-i manager, and if I hit again capital N, again it move forward for grep flume. So like that you can use N and capital N to search for a particular string in all the previous commands. And there are many more features. Once you are in VI editor, if you want to edit the commands, once you set the command prompt in the VI mode using set-ovi, and once you search for the command in the escape mode, still it is in the escape mode only. For that reason, if I type K, not K, it's L. If I type L, it will go move to right. The cursor will be moved to right one character at a time, and if I hit H, it will go backward one character at a time. So using the VI features, you can actually modify. If you hit W, which will take you one word at a time forward to move, and then you can hit capital R and you can start replacing a particular command. So you can use all those powerful VI features in the terminal, and you can play with the commands. In this case, I can run this command and it will show you the output. And also when I search for the command in the escape mode, if I want to modify the command, you can change into insert mode, and then you can type also. For example, now I move to grep, and if I want to insert before that E, instead of using regular grep, if I want to do regular expression grep, I can type I, which will be in insert mode, and I can type E, which will display here. And now the command has become ps-ef grep manager. And again, if I want to modify replace manager also, again I can hit escape. Now it's in escape mode. If I hit W, it will go one word forward like this, and then I can actually delete the entire word by typing DW, which is again a VI command to delete a word. And then I can change the command into edit append mode by typing A, or insert mode by typing I, and then I can give whatever command I want. In this case, let me try by running a command, running by typing a word node, and now the command is ps -ef egrep for node, and hit enter. It will show you for the commands which have the string node in the process, which are written because of ps -ef command. So here I am not trying to explain you different commands. I am only trying to explain how you can actually get the history by using and also modify the commands by using VI mode in the terminal uh, um, by leveraging all the salient features of VI mode. That being said, we have covered history command to get the history, Control R to search for a command in the history, and also how you can leverage VI mode to search the history of the commands. Before wrapping up, if you want to go to the VI mode, you have to type set -o VI, and if you like this and if you want to modify, in the home directory there will be and there will be a profile file, so you can actually type ls-altr. It's a hidden file, so you have to use -a to display all the hidden files, and you can grep for profile, and you have the bash profile and profile, and also you can search for rc. Okay, there is a bash rc file. So either it will be using .profile or bash profile, .bash profile. If it is using .bash profile, you have to modify bash rc. I think for .profile there might be .rc command, .rc file. I am not 100% sure, but either you have to use .bash rc if it is using bash. That you can actually check by typing cat etc password. So I am trying to check what is the default shell. There are three types of shell: C shell, conch shell, and bash. Mostly we will be using conch shell or bash, and you can check by running cat etc password for the current user. So you can say who am I, and hit enter. You can see there is a user called Cloudera in so which is the one which we have used, or you can also run who am I command to get the current user. So it is Cloudera, and you can see that by default the for this user the default editor is bash. So for that you have to modify .bash rc file. So go to .bash rc, which will be in your home directory. You need to make sure that you are in the home directory. For that you can just hit type and then vi .bash rc, and here you can say set -o vi, save it, and then exit from the terminal. Now if you launch the terminal, it will be automatically in the vi mode. Now if I hit escape and go back into the history by typing K, it will take you into that, because we have changed the profile to use VI mode automatically. If I remove that, let me show you. I deleted this line, and I moved out of the terminal, and I opened the terminal again, and now I hit escape and type K. It is not taking me back because it is not using VI mode anywhere. And now if I type set -o VI and hit enter, now if I hit escape and hit K, it will take me into the history. So that's the how you can actually make your terminal in VI mode for this user or not, by adding that line set -o VI in your profile related files like .bash rc. So I want to keep it permanent, so I am changing again bash rc set -o vi, save it, exit, and now I am opening the terminal again and escape. Okay, I'm going back into the history in the escape mode. You can also use Ctrl R to search for the commands, whether you are in VA mode or not, it doesn't matter, you can still do the search. So this is it about the first tip in the Linux or Unix tips playlist, which is to search for the history effectively. And I hope you like this video. If you like it, please click on the like button. If you have any technical questions or provide the feedback, please use the comment section of the video. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. You will get to see a lot more content like this over time. Thank you. Bye.